Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and a big welcome and thank you to you for being here today on USA Global TV and radio. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and our show is Talking Heads. Talking Heads is a platform where experts come from around the world to have their own 30-minute show where they share their experience, their knowledge, and their expertise to help make us better personally and professionally. Our expert presenter Talking Head today is Christin Amy Artner. Let's welcome her. She joins us from Vienna. Hello and welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me, and thank you for being here. And hello from Vienna. It's summer here in Vienna.
And it's nice here as well. It's beautiful. And we have sunshine in our hearts as well. And you are just lighting up the screen. So I'm going to go backstage and let you proceed with your show, and I'll be back at the end. So have a great one. Good luck.
Thank you. Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good wherever you are. I'm Christin Amy Artner. I'm filmmaker, I'm actress, voiceover speaker, voiceover actress, and writer, script writer, and coach. And I founded my film company 10 years ago. It's called NAP-Filmworks with an X. And I have an acting studio where I teach actors and voiceover actors. And I am here today to tell you a little bit about how to read a script. When you get your sides. So this is also an expression in acting. Your sides are actually your scene. So this is the lines. These are your sides, the scene. And we can talk about a whole script, meaning a whole film, or about just one scene. So we start with one scene because it's more than half an hour to talk about a whole script, a whole feature script or whatever. So we start with the scene. How to read a script. Why is this important? Because when you're an actor and actress and you read a script, then what happens quite often is that you immediately focus on your sides. So you are focused on your sides and you are not in contact with your other characters. So when you read a script, try to read it from the writer's perspective. This is very important because when you read it as a writer, then you have an overview over the whole scene or the whole script, where we stay with the scene. So let's say you have a dialogue with a partner, let's say a woman and a man, and you read the scene. What you find is dialogues and parentheticals and stage directions. And when you have a film script or TV scripts, you have the shot. Where is it? Is it indoor? Is it outdoor? Is it night? Is it day? So now I come to the next thing. What do I get when I read scripts properly? In fact, actually everything, because everything is in the scripts. when you have stage directions, let's say this woman and man, they are talking, and the woman gets up to open the window, comes back, and they talk again, and something happens outside. So their conversation definitely will be a little bit disturbed by what's going on outside. But when I read it properly, then I can read it out of the script. Because when a writer wants you to know that what happens outside the window is very important for your character and for the scene, then it's in the script. It's in stage directions. It's in background character descriptions, and it's in parentheticals. When we have, let's say there's a dialogue and there is a parenthetical under the name of the woman, let's say angry. And when you read it, you might think, well, why is she angry? To me, she doesn't seem to be angry, but the writer says she's angry. So we have to stick to this. We have to stick to the writer's perspective and to his or her description. Because when I have a script, what do I do first, just to know the script? Write it down in one sentence. This is very important because as actors, we are used to go into details very soon. But this is not so helpful because then we probably might lose our goal, our objective in the scene. When you have a scene, try to write it down in one sentence, like a summary. So what's going on in the scene? Not only what's going on with my character, what's going on in the scene. And then you get much more information because when you connect with your other characters and you're curious what they are doing, how they should stress their character, how should my partners connect, and how can I connect with my partners? It starts with reading the script. Then we have, let's say, a feature film. A feature film is character driven. What does that mean? When you play a character or you have a role in a feature film, then you should know why your character is in the script. And for a feature film, it's about your character. Your character is important, and therefore your character is in the script. When you have a TV format, series, then the characters it's more storytelling driven. So characters who appear in a scene are there for a reason. Well, everyone is here for a reason, but in a TV format, it could be that your character has only 2 or 3 lines and has a meaning just to be there in the scene to bring the story forward, to move. So when you have a part like this, let's say you're a waitress, and you work on your life and your background stories and the whole setup, and you have 3 lines and you have just one scene. So what you should not do is to put all your character in this scene, because you cannot. You only can be in the moment. And when your character is written in the scene for a reason, because it's a TV format and it's important to bring the story forward, and just do what is written. Don't bring a deep, dramatic character to the set when you only have a few lines. It's also a whole human being and a character, but you only have one moment to show it. So be simple. Think about, what does the scene need? What does the scene need? What does the story need? And then do exactly what is needed. When you have a feature film and you have a scene in a feature film, let's say just one scene, and you have a very nice scene. So this scene for sure is connected to the main roles, or is important for the whole thing. It's important for your character because it has a reason why a writer, why a scriptwriter puts in exactly this character in the scene. So when you have a feature film, you have to go deeper down, and to work more on your character and the depth of your character. When you have a TV format, then do what is needed. Then, when you read a script, what happens when you read a script? You read lines and you get images immediately. So follow these images, but don't try to step into your particular role solely, because that won't bring you to where you want to be. And let the whole scene sink in and know why the scene is there. So you have to work a little bit like a writer. So when you are an actor or an actress and you get a screen and you get a script and a scene, so you have to know what it is, what kind of genre it is. Is it a drama? Is it a comedy? Is it for feature films? Is this a TV serial, regular? Is this a pilot? Whatever it is, you have to work what is needed for this. Don't do your work when no one says we need this. Do what the writer says he or she wants to see. So step away from your own thoughts and your own thinking, I want to do the character this way because I like it more, and this way I love to play this way. Don't do this. Always go to, what do I need? What does the character need? What does the scene need? And especially when it comes to an audition, because when you are going to an audition, you get your sides, you get a scene, and you know what your character is doing in the whole script, who your character is. So a summary that you know what is the whole thing about. And And then you get your sides. And when you are auditioning for a TV series or something on TV and not film, and come in to the audition in this role, in this character. Don't come in and chit chat and try to be nice. Come in as a character. But this is a special thing, and we will talk about this later. What do I do when it comes to an audition? How do I prepare myself? Because this is the most important thing. When you have a script, then one thing is crucial and very easy to do. Find the beginning, the middle, and the end of your scene. This is important for you because then you know where your character is going to, and you have a feeling for the whole scene. And then you can relax much more in every second when you are acting and playing with your partner. So, how do I find the beginning, the middle, and the end of a scene? There are no rules. The beginning could be maybe 2 sentences or 3 or 1 little dialogue, or it could be a little bit longer. So there are no rules how long the beginning will be, but you find out because when you read it, and you really read all the lines and you dive into the scene, then you feel it. You feel, okay, there is a rhythm change. It gets more, there's a crisis, there is a little conflict maybe. So this is in the middle. So you feel it. When you read a scene, and I would suggest you to do this, there are so many scenes, scripts online. You can look up. There are websites with tons of scripts in English, in German, in French, Italian, Spanish, every language. So look it up and then take one scene and then try to find out where is the beginning, the middle, and the end. This is also very important for our emotions, because when you have a scene with a beginning, middle, and end, which is a normal scene, and it should be a beginning, middle, and end in every scene, then you know that your character is also changing, because there's always an emotion switch from the beginning to the middle, and from the middle to the end. And when you know this, then it's also easier to rehearse, because you know, okay, there is the beginning. I'm talking about this with my scene partner, and then there is a little crisis, and then it starts getting a little aggressive or something else, but it's a conflict. And then you have a climax. And when you have a climax, then everything changes, it switches. And then we have the end. In script writing, it's also called resolution. So you have the end where we see how our character is dealing with what happened in the scene, and where we get a little idea where the next scene will go to. Because there's always a closing beat and an opening beat in a scene. So when you play a scene, then, but we talked about this in the last episode, there is always an opening emotion. Because usually a scene doesn't start from crack. So it's here, and we start where they probably have a conversation going on for 10 minutes. So we start in between. So we have to know where I am emotionally. And Yeah, and then I read the script. And when I read with this method, beginning, middle, and end, it's so much easier to learn the lines, because then when it comes to the middle part, then this is what the scene is actually about. And the beginning and the end is where we see, okay, where my character is coming from, where is the other character coming from, what is the setup of the scene. So we have to know all this, so we know where we are when we watch it and when we play it. Yes. Something about the parentheticals. Parentheticals are sometimes not easy to get, because when I have a scene, and for my feeling, my character is happy, and then I always read gets annoyed, or is annoyed, or aggressive, or nervous, then I have to find a way, and I have to know and to find out why my character probably is not happy as I feel it, but aggressive. So always believe in a good script. Always believe what the writer tells you or is trying to tell you. Because when we read, let's say it's a stage direction, and we see and we read night, no cars outside, a woman is walking outside on the pavement, I hear the steps. So that brings me into a very deep atmosphere. And this is why we need this stage directions, and we need to accept them, because then we find to what the writer actually thought about the character. Don't put in your own stuff. You can do it, but later. Yeah. First, only go with what the writer tells you and what the writer gives you, because it's all in the script. And another thing when reading a script, try to read it not while you're having lunch or a coffee break or sitting, I don't know, on a bus, or find a very silent place where you can read without being disturbed. Switch off your phone and then read it. Take your time, let's say at least 20 minutes for one scene. Read it without getting distracted by so many other things, and take your time. Use this, because when you do this, it's helping you so much more to not to put something in that is not here. Because when you write when you want to write a scene, you can do it, because then it's your scene and you're the writer. And when you get a scene, something else has written it for you or for actors. So try to find out what the writer really wants. Why is this so interesting? Because it's another head, it's another imagination, it's another person. So I can work with the writer and to find out, okay, I see the character like this. Okay, the writer wants me to do this. Okay, so do it. What I like to do is to make a little dialogue, to make a little, because I'm also writing, I know that this is the same process. When you write, you know everything about the character and the scene and the script. and you put it on. And when you act, you get the ready thing, and then you have to go back to where the writer actually started. So this is a very interesting process, and you can learn so much when you have a good script. Of course, when you have a scene where there's nothing in it, like he, and then you have the lines, then you have she, and then you have the lines. Well, this is for exercises, but this is not a real script, because that doesn't tell me anything about the character, about the scene, about what the writer wants, about what the scene should be, and what the audience should get. So be always very respectful. Let's say this. Be respectful with the lines, with the sides, and don't doubt it. Don't doubt it, because that happens so quickly. You say, okay, now I don't like, or don't do this. Don't change lines. Except when you talk with the writer and you have an agreement that you can change lines, and this is okay, so then you can do it. But if you get an audition, or if you get a script and you have to learn it and to rehearse it, and then you go on set and shoot it, don't change lines. Because if you would do this and you come on set and you would say, well, can I change this because this is not so good to play? I guarantee it was your last day on set, because this is not very professional, and this is not very respectful, because a writer, it takes many, many hours of thinking, of imagination, writing down, researching, to find the right words. So actors and actresses should be so respectful, and to go all the process back where the writer obviously started. And when you have it, then you know what the writer's intent, what the writer's intention was, what he intended to show. And when you feel it, of course, then you can add your own things too, because it is you that is playing this character. So, well, time is almost over. I make a short summary. When you get a script and you get a scene, write the scene down in one sentence, what the scene is about. Read it from the writer's perspective. Then read all the parentheticals carefully and the stage directions. And please don't change it. Don't change any directions, but try to find out why they have to be like this. And I guarantee you will come to a very interesting role. And not to forget, when you work on feature films, characters and roles in feature films are character driven, and in TV series, TV formats, it could be that your character is just here to bring the story forward, to move, and then you have these lines. Then don't make a drama where there's no drama, or don't show your whole character in 3 lines, because it's not possible. Okay, so I hope I could help you, and you got some new ideas how to write a script. If you want to connect, just reach out. I'm here. You can work with me online, or if you're in Austria, you can come and visit me. And yes, and now I go back to Dr. Jacqueline, and I say thank you.
Thank you. I picked up so many great pointers, because I would be I'd be like, oh, let me change this line. I want to do it this way. I'm going to put my own creative spirit into it, and that's really not the way to go.
Because then what you get as a result is always you. You always get yourself and not the character. That's the reason why it's important, because we behave in a different way than our character. So we have to find out what is the difference, and we can find it out with reading the scripts properly and to read everything and to try to understand what the writer wanted to tell you.
Yeah. And when we don't do this, don't expect to be working very long in this industry, right?
Yes, or at least you are maybe cast for just one character because you're only playing one character.
I'm wondering, Christine, what is it about acting, being an actor, actress, that brings you so much passion?
Why acting brings so much passion? Was this the question?
Yes, to you.
To me. Because acting is living. Acting is living. What we do here is living under specific and certain circumstances. And we try to react naturally, to sound normal, and to really mean what we say. And then there is it's a wonderful energy. And this is maybe for me what makes me so passionate about it, because it's all about energy. And when you move energy and you move it in a scene and you have characters who, this is like a ping pong, one character says this and reaction, it's just a wonderful feeling. And what you create is something with a very strong essence. This is substantial to me. This is living. And it makes a lot of fun.
Well, your whole face lights up. You can see how much you really love it. You're so good at it.
Thank you. But this is so much fun. You know, when I work with actors who have no experience and we work on improv classes or improv exercises, the amazing thing is you don't have to know anything when you work on improv and you have no scripted part. When you work on improv scenes, you can naturally act. And everyone who experiences that is happy, because this is it's a wonderful feeling. It's a flow. It's also a terminology in acting. So go with the flow, but first you have to establish the flow.
And is this doing improv, being involved in improv, taking a course in improv, is this a good step as a baseline or as a refresher?
Absolutely. Baseline. When you work or when you're a student at the Stella Adler school, the whole first year, you're not working on any scenes, just improv. Because actually you can come to everywhere you want to with an improv scene, and you are playing characters, but you're not doing it with a scripted scene. You are doing it with your instinct, and you are doing it on a natural basis when you have improv, because you have no scripted scene. So your mind thinks, okay, this is what I do. And because I do it, I create it, I do it this way, and then it's natural, and it is. But when I give a certain, let's say, a certain stage directions for an improv scene, let's say you have this profession, you have this, you are there, and this happens, then you switch into a character without really doing it and without knowing it. It happens. Therefore, improv is so important, because things happen and it makes you sure, and it makes you connected, and it makes you secure with what you do, because you are here and you're doing it. So improv is the key and the start for everything. I also like to do improv scenes when we have scripted scenes. Then I say, okay, you know what a scene is about. Let's start with an improv scene of this scripted scene. And then when they have the mood swings and the emotional transitions, then I often come back to the script, to the scene, say, okay, now it's the same here. Just do the same. And this is very helpful for many actors.
Thank you so much for sharing all of this. I'm really excited for my next acting lesson as well. Yay!
Me too. Me too. It's wonderful to work with you. Really, I love it.
And I love working with you, and I love learning new things and putting myself out of my comfort zone and seeing where it can take me.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for being here today and for being one of our expert presenters on our Talking Heads panel. And you'll be coming back in addition to your normal time, for our Talking Heads panel, which is May 25th. And I believe it's at 1 p.m. Eastern time, which is 7 p.m. Central European time.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to
I
the
am looking
25th.
forward to that as well. Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much. We have your contact information up here, but if you'd just like to read it out for people on the radio, that would be fantastic, or people who can't read it.
You can mail me to office@nap-filmworks.com. Filmworks with an X. Or you can mail to Christine@ChristinAmyArtner.com. And you can, you can call me, but my phone is an European Austrian phone, so probably better writing or FaceTime or whatever.
Yes, you're on social media under your name, and we have your websites up here as well, so people can reach out to you. So thank you so much, Christine. I really appreciate it, and I'll be speaking with you later today. Thank you.
Thank you for this wonderful afternoon. I loved it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I loved you being
Bye-bye.
here. Bye. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone, for watching and for subscribing to our YouTube channel and for supporting the people who are on this platform. Please do reach out to Christine. It's easy to find her, whether it's on Facebook or LinkedIn. Just look for her name and you'll be able to connect with her there. All right. We will be coming back next with our show, The United Kitchens, and our celebrity chef, Ricky McKenna, has a special guest who will be joining her today. So we'll have two chefs on the platform. So thank you again. And I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can also find me on social media under Jacqueline Kerbeck or Dr. Jacqueline or USA Global TV. And you can also find me on my website, usaglobaltv.com, or my personal website, drjacqueline.com. Thank you again for being here. Bye for now.